Do you hear what I hear? UFOs, EVPs, and the paranormal, with special guest, paranormal researcher Les Durrant. Episode 55 of the live edition of the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast. I see you. Welcome to the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast, where we explore the unexplained and mysterious phenomena that have occurred throughout the state of Michigan and beyond.
From UFO sightings to ghostly encounters, we delve deep into the stories, the evidence, and the theories behind these strange events.
We are your hosts. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Wayne.
We are an educator duo that after an encounter with a triangular UFO in 2018 in Michigan, we decided to investigate UFOs and the paranormal. In this podcast, we will be speaking with eyewitnesses, experts, and researchers to uncover the truth about some of the most intriguing cases of paranormal activity in and around Michigan.
Our goal is not to convince anyone of the existence of these phenomena, but rather to provide a platform for discussion and exploration. So, buckle up and join us on this journey down the paranormal rabbit hole.
On an escalator.
Ain't no 40
All right, everybody, how's it going out there? I hope you guys are excited for this because this is going to be awesome. So, welcome everybody once again. Let me pull on my boss and I don't know. What do I call you? Wife. That's it. Hey.
Go back to the other word, boss.
Oh, snap. I know you were yelling at me because of audible payment.
Oh.
Don't tell anybody. But hey, welcome everybody. So this is another live edition of the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast. It is the 6th of May, 2023. And at the time of this recording, we will be live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So welcome to everybody out there watching in one of those platforms. Always remember, we will be releasing this on all the major podcasting platforms as well as a audio podcast. So if you don't watch the show live, you can always catch us on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Radio Public, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and many others. So we will try to be very descriptive as well. I know some people that listen to our shows need to kind of see what's going on in those situations, but
I think especially tonight, they definitely want to see the videos.
Well, I think we're gonna have some really good EVPs. I just got that feeling. So I don't know, Michelle. What else?
I'm getting goosebumps.
All right. So what do we got? What do you got for us?
Well, before we jump into this and have Les join us, we're gonna start things off by saying hi to the chat room. We've got Bernie and Diane. And Rick
Bernie
Davis,
Miro.
and Rick Davis showed up on time, and Guy is here, and Alfie Joe Bob.
All right, good. And I know we got more than that watching. They're just not active in chat. So for those of you who are watching and not active in chat, so we can see who you are, welcome. We're glad to have you here regardless. So yeah, thanks a lot, everybody. So now everybody who will be watching or listening to this later, thank you for checking out the show. For those of you in the live chat, remember, if you have questions for our guest, you can always put them in caps and we will try to get those to you or get those out there for the guest. We'll try. This is going to be an exciting night.
So, and I just wanted to say, we wanted to say that this live show and the podcast happens because of you. So the viewers, the listeners of the show, and your amazing support. So if you want to help support the podcast, the links are below in the show description. Anything from PayPal, Patreon, and of course our link tree. So that always goes to the merch store.
Yep. We also have to give out a couple of shout outs tonight. As always, we have Hava H that is a supporter, and her continued support is awesome. We absolutely love her and her family. Thank you. We have Tabin R and Cheryl G, who are Patreon members. So
and just remember that one of the best ways to support is just clicking like, share, and subscribe on YouTube.
Yes, those subscribe, those subs help us and get us out there and help defeat the evil YouTube algorithm that tries to hide our shows. So,
well, in a quick note, we are not going to have a live show next Saturday.
That's
right. We have a graduate that is high school graduation next weekend.
Yeah, so my middle daughter. It's time for her graduation.
Yeah, our artist of driver.
Yes, so the artwork that you see of the UFO and the alien holding, the Earth and Michigan and this guy right here behind me, that was all my daughter's drawings and stuff. So she's a very talented artist. And also, I want to give a shout out to Abby for graduating high school with a year of college done as a senior and having 24 Microsoft certifications from her technical school. So
she's our techie kid.
She is amazing. She's a great kid, and she's very dialed in on what she wants to do. And I couldn't be happier. It's a proud dad moment. You know what I mean?
It's a proud stepmom moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Oh, and she was also first place of database applications here in Michigan, BPA. And then was third place Yeah,
fourth place?
no, cybersecurity. She
Oh, yes.
like third place, I believe. So she got a trip to Anaheim, California out of this to compete nationally and came in fourth place on the application database, while one of her teammates actually made third place on application databases.
Yeah, we know what
So
she's going
kicking,
into.
yeah, pushing it out there for Michigan and all of our techie kids. So
She is a smarty pants guy.
yes, guy. Hey, look at who's also here.
Hey,
It's
Straw Dog.
and Grandmaster UV. What is going on? Thanks for joining
Oh,
us, guys.
Smoochy Smoochie's here too.
Oh, hey, welcome. All right, Michelle, I want to dive into this because this is one of those shows because we talk a lot about UFOs because, well, Michigan has a very rich history in UFOs, but we also have a very rich history in ghosts and spirits and hauntings and the paranormal, and we're gonna dive into that a little bit. And this is going to be cool. Plus, I have a video that I want to play for Les. So, why don't we just go ahead and bring him on here
Yeah,
so
and
we can
Guy will
start picking his
recognize
brain?
that video.
Yep.
Hey,
All right.
how
There he
y'all?
is. Hey, welcome, Les.
I was enjoying that intro there. Y'all were having a good time. Now,
Hey.
I say y'all because I'm actually from Texas mostly. So,
Okay.
even though I'm down here in Georgia, they say Ewan's down here. But so I got to tell you this: if you think about today is 567,
Oh, good point.
5.
Yep.
That's May 6, and if you add up 2023 is 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7.
Wow.
For all you numerology people, check this out. Do y'all know what the number 7 stands for? Do y'all know anything about that? Number 7? Maybe.
Nope.
Okay. That
Only on
is
the slot machine.
that's a holy number, but do you know
Yeah.
why people it's a lucky number, right? But it's a holy
Yep.
number too, right? Okay. Now I'm just throwing this out there. Don't forget there's July 7, 2023. That'd be 3 sevens all at the same time, but that would come up twice in the same day. Also at 7:07 and 7 seconds a.m. and 7:07 p.m. and 7 seconds. So that's for all you numerology people, all you people that are know about the number 7. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying anything's going to happen. I'm just saying, hey, that I'm just going to say amen at that time. That's what I'm going to say. Triangle. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah, y'all saw a triangle. Oh, have y'all seen my triangle video?
Nope. I think it's some stuff you need to share with us.
Okay. All right. And then y'all were talking about sponsors. Yeah, I had somebody she's actually gonna sponsor me to do a podcast at their pizza place. They're into UFOs and Bigfoot and just really into a lot of that cool stuff. So I said, hey, would y'all want to sponsor my podcast down there? And I would mention y'all's place. And oh yeah, come on down. And yeah. So
that's kind of what we do here with we got
Run
a
a
local
show and get fed.
yeah, we got a local diner here that we're very close to, and we told them we would help them out, and same kind of deal.
Yeah. So, all kinds of cool stuff. And yeah, and thanks to did you get Flying Rod Hairs Nanotech? Flying yeah, I get flying rods definitely all the time. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Grandmaster asked, and we'll jump into a question here real quick. So
Okay.
why not? Do you get Flying Rod Hairs Nanotech 2?
Okay. So I'm not exactly sure what the rod hairs means. Or nanotech sort of, but the rods definitely. And let me see here. I've got actually just a few things that
Okay.
let me see. Because I've got all these. I do have different rods actually. Here we go, rods right here.
And then Grandmaster UV asked, can you ask him if he collects the flying rods for samples? That's what I do.
Ooh, I have had somebody ask me to try to do that, and so I did try to do that. Okay, here's one. I'm actually gonna share my screen with you here real quick.
Okay.
this right here is just a picture for now.
I thought I had seen a video from you of or a picture of a flying. This is it, I think. Okay,
there's
everybody. So I'm going to add this right now. Let's talk about
yeah.
this.
So these might be the little ones that he's talking about. Now I do have some that have wings. Now, have you ever heard of a will-o-wisp?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now I've heard the term before, and somebody had described these as that's what these could be as will-o-wisps.
Okay. All right.
Right? Does that
Again,
make
guys, just real quick. Guy says got to feed the puppies. Don't say anything important for 4 minutes
For
or
7
okay, no,
7
minutes.
that's
minutes.
okay. Yeah, so yeah, so with that, I saw that on a TV show and they were talking about, oh, will-o-wisps, that's these things that we see at night. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that could explain what I'm seeing quite a bit of actually.
Okay.
Yeah. And let me pull up here. Um, while I'm at it, let's talk about the triangle. Do you want to talk about that one first?
Well, you
Good.
know what? Let's put that on the back burner for a minute. And
Okay.
by the
Okay.
way, Diane says welcome, Les, and she gives you a
Yes.
thumbs up.
Hello, Diane.
Um, I want to get a little bit into your background. And so, one of the
Definitely.
first
Sure.
questions I want to ask you is what made you want to be a paranormal and a UFO researcher? What was it that got you pulled in?
Very good. Okay. Very good. Yeah. So, basically, I was married for about 23 years and lost my wife and due to diabetes and stuff and so I was working at a radio station in Lubbock, Texas, and I kept seeing these shadow figures just going by, you know. This is after she had passed away, and I'd never really seen shadow figures before or UFOs, any of that stuff before. So I was thinking, it feels like my wife, you know what I'm saying? It feels like my wife's checking in on me just to see how I was doing because I was all by myself. So the thing is at the time I was also wanting to meet somebody new, I was kind of lonely and wanted to meet somebody. And then this is 6 years ago. Well, you know, uh, I was praying to meet somebody and re-met somebody who I had a crush on back when I was 16 years old on the island of Guam. And so if you look and on my picture there, you're going to see a Guam flag. And so that's a big thing for both of us. So yeah, so we met as military brats, and now we've been married for 6 years. Her husband died of the same reason my wife died. So hey,
Oh,
is
okay.
that coinky dinky? No, it's not coinky dinky. It's just the way that it was meant to be. Okay, so she come down Lubbock, Texas, and I told her what was going on. And she's like, "Oh, well, I've hunted ghosts before." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And she's like, "Yeah, how do you?" And I said, "Well, how do you do it?" She said, "I just use a cell phone." I'm like, "Right, sure you do." And then she's like, "Yeah, I just use my audio recorder." Like, okay, that makes sense because I'm an audio engineer. So I yeah, okay, that makes sense. So she's like, "I'll show you how to do it." So we did one on her phone first, and basically we just took the wave file and dropped it in to the computer. And this is another one of these things we were talking about, these old cell phones that you can still do this on, right? And you're talking about EVPs. So this is back in 2016, and so I was thinking, well, what if I put my phone next to her phone at the same time and ask the same questions? Sure enough, I'm going to tell you, there's been answers on her phone and not my phone, or there's been times where I've got answers on my phone and not her phone. And it's crazy. And so basically what you do if you're starting off and you want to get what we call EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, what you can do if you've got a computer or even just your phone, it helps to have a good set of earphones though. Crank it up, Okay, crank it up. And then you take the wave file, you put it into a free program called Audacity. You can go in there, and if you happen to see these little blips, you amplify them and take that, and that's how you get those EVPs. And sure enough, um, we would say, "Hey, Shauna, are you here?" And on both of the phones, it went, "Yep," just like that. Boom, just yep. And it was like, okay, all right, yeah, we understand that. And then so there were a couple of times where I had one that said, "We're glad to have you here," blah blah blah, that kind of thing. We're here to respect you, and then it said "F you" on it. I'm like, all right, okay, hey, and this was in this is in my little studio of the station, right? And then it said, and we come in peace, and then it said or not. I'm like, or not. And then my wife said, "Yeah, you say or not a lot." I do. I'm like, oh, but then so I'm all freaking out, right? And then she's like, "Hold on, I hear something. I hear something in the back." And then all of a sudden, she's like, she hears this do 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 do. I'm like, "Oh my goodness." That's the way my wife sounded before she passed away
Oh, wow.
of diabetes, really bad. Her voice went, high and low, like that. And I was like, she punked me. She punked me. She punked me. That's what it was. Because yeah, see, she just punked me. That's what it was. Okay, so anyway, all right. So that's my EVP stuff, and I could play that for you, but it's like, yeah, it's boring compared to what we got back here. Okay, now, so then we moved to Arkansas, and around that time, it was paranormal. Yeah, it was paranormal pandemic. Hey, paranormal pandemic. So basically, what we did is we got into a lot of these paranormal shows and stuff, and we were really digging it. We said, hey, well, let's get some equipment, and let's got a spirit box, or a little spirit box radio, and this is really cool. And all right, and then I got a tri-field meter, and that's kind of cool too, and got me a K2 meter, and that's sitting right here in my hand. And so we have all this fun stuff. So we said, well, we're going to go down to Georgia. Let's go to this haunted house. So we came down here and to watch my mom and dad, and we said, yeah, we're going to go see the Chastain house. And this is a kind of a big house here in Blue Ridge, Georgia, in the mountains. And so we went down there, and sure enough, that's where we discovered orbs. And she was using her phone too. And if you go to my YouTube page, Objects and Orbs, and look up Chastain House, Blue Ridge, Georgia, you're going to see it's basically the very first video that we do. You're going to see these different orbs doing crazy things. So the thing with that is that a lot of people say, oh, well, that's dust, that's scatter, that's whatever this is. Okay. But then I'm going to provide a video for you here in just a moment and we'll discuss it actually. Um, and then so you can go to Objects and Orbs is my YouTube channel, and you can go to you can email me objectsandorbs@gmail.com. Very simple. You can also go to my group page, Objects and Orbs, on Facebook too. All right, so we got all this stuff at the Chastain house. It was great. I decided to upload it. Fantastic. We went back to Arkansas. So I'm going to leave it at that because this is where it goes into the UFOs.
Okay, well, that was kind of my next question we were going to lead into. And Michelle, what is it? What's the next one?
Yeah, as far as, how did you start investigating UFOs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So basically I said, hey, if I can catch these really cool orbs at the Chastain house, I bet I could catch some really cool videos of the sky and, clouds and that kind of stuff. Now you got to remember, I'm from Texas, so we don't get a whole lot of rain in Lubbock. Okay. Maybe 10 inches a year. But here we get probably about 70 to 100. So, I like clouds. I'm a kind of a cloud guy. So I had this old piece of plastic right here, this little thing, and some Velcro. And then I took this old phone and I said, well, I'm going to put this right here like this, and I'm just going to aim it up. And I looked on there and opened up my camera. So, and then, flipped around so I could see what was going on. I was like, all right, I'm just going to leave this here. And I already have it kind of set up to go to the SD card. So this is set in here for about 30 minutes. And, I get some great video. I get some really nice clouds, and, I see some really beautiful birds and all this stuff. Now, this video that I'm talking about, yes, you can see it on my Objects and Orbs page. It's the full 30-minute video. But now that you know what it is, it'll make it easier for you to watch it. Okay. And it's Searcy, Arkansas. UFOs chase C-130 aircraft. Okay. It's kind of a kind of move ahead there. So I also saw the C-130 aircraft from Little Rock Air Force Base. Now, my dad used to fly in the Navy in C-130, so I knew kind of what they were. Now, Searcy's about 45 miles away. It's pretty flat, and so twice a day or so they have these formations, like maybe 3 or so in a row, and they're beautiful to look at, actually, and brings back a lot of memories for me, because that's what my dad used to fly in over in Guam. So I knew what they were. Well, that was really cool. And then I started seeing little things flying behind them. And I'm like, all right, okay, yeah, let's kind of zoom in and see what's going on. I saw some stuff on there I could not explain. And it was so very fast. Now, what I did was I just took my video and I plugged it in and run it through my computer. And I use a program called SM Player, and it's free. But the good thing I like about it is I can go frame by frame and I can zoom in and do all this stuff. And that's how I discovered this. So I'm thinking, okay, this is really weird. And so I called MUFON and notified them. And I actually had a guy come to my house, and I showed him my process for doing this. And he loved it. I actually gave him a thumb drive and with all my files. I said, here, this is how you do it. I'm not holding anything like this back. I'm not charging anything. It's free. Here's all that stuff. So he really enjoyed it. Well, come to find out, that's my first unknown from MUFON, is that one, actually. Now, I do have that video, and I can show that here or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Do you want to, let's pull it up. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So that's the thing. That's kind of how I do it. Now, anybody, before I bring that up, this is just an old cell phone. You can do it too. You can do it right. No, I'm not right now because it's dark, but unless you got a Samsung S22, never mind. But if you, just during the day, if it's a somewhat cloudy day, who cares? But if it's a nice blue day, get your phones out. All right, here we go. All right, and I have adopted kind of a Georgia accent, so if I say get y'all's phones out, come on now. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you this very first one. Okay, this is the very first video. I'm going to show you the way that I show everybody, so kind of give you a preview of look. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, while you're doing that, I guess one of the things I should do is let everybody know that we lost one of our cats. It ran out the door. Well, at least that's what we thought. And I told Michelle I was really kind of upset by it. So I decided, we got little cameras in here, and I decided to check the cameras and see what happened. And this is what we came up with.
That is good.
Bad joke. Bad joke.
My God. But that is good.
But see, it gave less time.
No, you did good at it.
It gave less time. So
yeah, no, I used to produce videos back in the mid 90s. So I knew what it takes to produce videos. All right, so here we go.
I think I grabbed that off a Giphy or something. It was just a GIF.
That was actually not too bad there. All right. So, all right. So here, let's do this here. And all right.
I noticed our view count just dropped after that. They were like, "This is
Oh
ridiculous."
no. Oh no.
People that are listening later, they'll be back. But people that are listening later on in this, I played the GIF of the cat being sucked up by the UFO in the hallway. You know, the CGI thing.
This is where my kids
So,
go side eye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm being side-eyed by the wife over here.
All
Uh-oh.
right. Here we go. Let's
All
try
right.
this one more time here. And there we go.
Just waiting for it to show up on my end.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for it to show up on my end too. That's, it's one of those things that as we, how things like
StreamYard
kind of
gets weird.
screw up, right? Yeah, as you're, yeah, okay. That's the way that goes. All right. So not a problem there. Well, here's what we're going to do. Do you have another video you're going to show real quick? And I'm just going to rectify the situation.
Yeah.
And all right, and just download a new version of this player here.
No, I'm not going to show the cat video again, but this is on a serious note. So a couple months back, Guy Merritt and myself and Michelle and our one friend Burton, who does Lost in the Dark podcast, we were just doing a live show, getting used to StreamYard and figuring out what we were going to do for a show and stuff. And Guy said, "Hey, I've got this video from a friend of mine where he was working or talking to a friend of his who's a contractor, and he caught something on his dog's camera." Like, okay. And we played it. So this is what I'm going to show you guys right now is this video. And I'm going to pause it so I can read through it so you guys can see this. And it's an incredible video.
Yeah.
I can't see that it is fake, but I don't think this guy is faking it. So let me go over here. All right. So here we go. It's only a minute long. So it says, "This morning I was the counselor, known this guy who's a contractor since childhood. My man is flipping out. Can't say that I blame the guy." And then we played a little bit further and he types up, he woke up at 4 a.m. wide awake. So he thought he'd watch TV until he got tired again. When he checked his doggy cam, there was this headless figure in the house and then a flash. And let's move it forward here a little bit. At first I said, "Could it have been an intruder?" He said, "No, all the doors were locked and it doesn't have an effing head." Slowed it down. He's right.
And Guy says that he's known him for 60 years. He doesn't fake stuff.
Yeah, there you go. This guy is a straight arrow, not a drama queen. He's scared. Said the flash was brighter than lightning or anything else he's ever seen on his camera. WTF is this?
Wow.
Okay, so here we go. All right, so I'm going to pause it right there. This is at the beginning of something, and as we play through it, you guys will see it looks like a headless human in what can only be said is maybe a hospital gown, and it just materializes. It's pretty decent resolution, and if there was somebody standing there, you would see it.
And it comes to form.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to play this through. And there it appears, and the camera moves, and then there's the flash. So like right there.
Yeah.
It is so strange that this. And then you had mentioned, I'm going to pause it. You had seen something when we first looked at this. So
yeah.
Okay, so there's the figure. It just appears. I wonder if I can make this bigger for everybody. Hold on. There we go. Okay, perfect. So here's the beginning of the video where the apparition, I guess, would appear right there. And then as it walks through, and we were kind of going back and forth wondering if the feet were even touching the ground. But if you look at that right leg, look at that. Look at the legs.
Yeah.
They're like kind of translucent until it gets around toward the kitchen. I think that's the kitchen area. Now, this figure walks into the kitchen, and as it does, there's this huge flash of light. But where you look, I'm going back and forth. And I know if I let go of this, it's gonna keep playing. Let me see. Okay. When that flash of light happens, it's almost like right by the nightstand there's this weird pixelation. And I don't know, man, right there. That shadow. I mean, that could be like a portal or something, couldn't it?
Very
Like where
much.
this thing came from?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And then it just said the camera outside caught this brilliant flash at about the same time the figure was on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really see the flash happen on this, so maybe the video was cut a little bit too
Either
soon.
that or it was a still shot
Oh yeah.
with the way that the
Oh, good
windows
point.
are lit
That
up
is.
that much. That's like Amityville horror.
Yeah. So
lighting.
we're looking at a still shot of the house from outside, and oh my god, now that you say that, the two forward facing windows are like glowing with, as if there was a spotlight behind them, that flash. That is crazy. This is one of the best pieces of evidence
Yeah.
I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. I've never seen anything like
Look
that,
at
and
that. There's no
that's
head.
crazy. Yeah.
And it looks like the arms materialized too. Look at that. I don't know, but oh my god, that is so creepy. Oh, we lost Les for a minute.
We're looking for that video.
Yeah.
Hey, Metalhead.
Hey, Metalhead.
We're watching a video that we showed, I think back in November.
Hey,
Was the first time, November or December, that we went through this video and discussed it. So we were showing.
And Guy is saying that the guy who was watching TV or laying down getting ready for bed didn't see a thing. Headless Grandma and her moo, says Straw Dog. I don't think that's a woman.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because of like the stomach area.
Yeah.
Could it be the depiction of a pregnant woman, or was it like a former guy that just drank too much beer?
Yeah. I mean, well, Les has joined us again.
Yeah. I mean, how crazy is that, right? It's like, woohoo. Boy, we're just having what wonderful time here tonight. I mean, yeah.
Well, you start talking about EVPs and paranormal, and it's like, okay.
God.
You know, it's kind of like when we get Gemma Jade on here and she does her thing, man, and it gets weird sometimes.
All right. So here's the I'm going to say this is the craziest thing, but I know this video already, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to do it, because the craziest thing is SM players not wanting to play nice tonight, even after I reinstalled it. So, but that's not a bad thing against SM player. It's just that tonight's the night. Okay, so this is the video. Woohoo!
Here we go.
This is the video. All right. Now, if you go to my Objects and Orbs YouTube page, you'll see this video. Okay. A lot of people be like, well, what are you talking about? All right. Well, this is the actual very first video where I'm setting it up just to say, hey, I want to be able to maybe record some clouds, right? Okay. So if you look up here, you can see the lens flare, right? It's right on my forehead. Right. Okay. So I know that that's what I know that's a lens flare. Okay. So, so I know that I know what that is. And if you look up here, there's even a little bug. So there's a bug. So that lens flare is going to stay with us the whole time. Okay. Now I'm going to kind of forward it through, and we're going to get towards the end here. Now this is also another free program called VLC. And we're going to come up here and kind of move now what is this? Look at that. See that little thing right
Oh,
there?
yeah.
See that little thing right there? Okay. Now I found that even with VLC. All right. So let's let it play. I can't guarantee I can zoom in. Well, actually, let me well, you can see it, so I'm gonna let it play here a little bit there. See how fast it's moving? It's just like moving.
Whoa.
It's just like way moving, right? It's just
Is
now
that
what
it
you're hearing is
bouncing around?
yeah, it's just moving. It's yeah, it's hauling butt. Okay. Now what you were hearing was the actual audio too from the background. So, all right. So let me rewind it back here just a little bit here, and maybe later on in the yeah. See, you
Well,
can
there's no way that could be a bug or some type of a plane because there's no way that it would be bouncing around like
oh,
that.
yeah. And speaking of planes, oh, did you see the one plane go by? All
Yeah, it
right.
was a C-130, I believe.
Yep, that's the C-130. All right. So here we go. We're just gonna let it flow here a little bit. All right. And like I said, all right. So this is the very first plane. Again, did you see that bird fly by?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you saw the bird fly by, you see the flare. Okay. Here comes the airplane. Okay, there's the airplane. Okay. And right about here, you're gonna see something drop. Oh, that was kind of quick.
I saw something flash.
Oh, right there. All right. Now let's watch this one more time. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can maybe try to stop it. Let me see if I can do it a frame
Is
by
there a way you
frame.
can do a go under playback there and slow the speed way down on the
Oh,
playback?
that's actually a very good idea. Wow, thank you so very much for that. So very slower right there. Let's go back.
Oh, that's my one good idea for the night.
Yeah, no, that was a perfect idea there. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, what do we here to see?
Okay, yep. That's a C-130 flying
See that
over.
little white thing? That little
Yep.
white thing right behind it. Okay. So I'm gonna see if I can do a video. Oh, zoom. Oh, well, let's see if I could do that. Double there. Okay, maybe. Who knows? We'll see if that works. Okay. So anyway, so this right here, you saw where the time frame was, so you can watch it yourself. If you go to 29 minutes and 24 seconds on YouTube, you should be able to see it.
Right.
Let me stop sharing this with you right there. Okay. Yeah, so if you go there, you'll be able to see that, and that's my very first unknown. That's the one where the guy who came to my house, he said, "Yeah, there ain't nothing like that." I even took that video and photos to Little Rock Air Force Base, and they thought I was crazy at first until they saw the pictures. Well, actually, I called the public affairs office first, and I said, "Well, my name is Les Durrant. I live in Searcy, and I have some objects following your planes." They said, "Well, could you send some pictures?" I said, "I would love to," and they're like, "All right." And I called them back, and I said, "Did you get the pictures?" They said, "Yes." And then I said, "I have video," and they're like, "Oh my goodness!" And I said, "Yeah, I can't send it through email because it's 4 gigs." And
Yeah.
you know, and they're like, "Well, next time you're at the gate," I was like, I'll be at the gate soon. So I dropped down there, and yeah, they kind of laughed at me at first until I told them to contact the public affairs office, and then they said, "Yeah, Mr. Durrant, we would like your thumb drive." And I said, "Thank you, you're very welcome," and I really appreciate that too. So that was June 2021, and soon
Okay.
as
So let me take a second here and
yeah,
describe for our people listening
mhm,
and not able to see that. What we see is there's a phone that Les has set up and he's got it pointing straight up at the sky. We see the
mhm,
sun, we see
yeah,
some clouds, and then a C-130 flies over at a pretty decent altitude. And a C-130 is a cargo plane with 4 turboprop engines on it. I
mhm,
know them pretty well because I used to jump out of them. And
nice, yeah,
so, w- as it flies by, there's this white, like a, people are going to say, well, it's just a dot, but it's a white dot, but then it disappears and reappears in another section, and the plane's now gone, and then it disappears and appears in another section, disappears, appears in, and it's bouncing around. You don't see
Yeah.
any trails. You don't see nothing. It's just like it's there, it's gone, and now it's over here, and it's right in this one zone.
Yeah.
And really cool video, man, for your first time catching it. That's
Thank you.
really good.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it. And then, so I will also share my screen with you too. So, because
Okay.
I do have some pictures from that I did of that as well. So here's a
Okay.
capture sort of that same object. I call that the fast object. And let me see. Okay, here's the. Oh, now this is actually a craft with windows, also in the video. Let me make that a little bit bigger. I will make that. Now you tell me if you think that this does have windows. Let me see. Right about here. Okay. Boom. All right. So there's that right there. This is all in the same video.
Hmm.
So this is all in the same video. If you want to download the video, I also have a link to where if you want to download the full uncompressed video, that's great. That'd
Cool.
be great. I do have that. Here's that one. There's that one almost, yeah. That just looks weird to me right there.
That does.
Yeah, and that's that fast object. That's still the fast object. And there it is again,
Yep.
right there. So, and I tried to get the better of and now here's actually, um, right here is, I think, probably one of the first objects that I'm actually in the video with, which
Okay.
is kind of cool. Let me
Now,
make that
Les,
bigger.
your dad being a pilot of C-130s in the Navy, I'm sure you know about C-130s and their defensive measures. Do you think there could be any possible way that that might have been chaff, the strips that they will shoot out to evade radar seeking missiles?
Well, this is a zoom of it right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think of that?
I have no idea, but that's
That's what
very
that's what was
interesting.
that's what was behind it. Yes.
Yeah, that does not look like pieces of aluminum. There, chaff is aluminum strips that they'll
Yeah.
shoot out of the back of aircraft to evade
Yeah.
missiles. Now, why it would do that when was this going
Right.
into the base at all? Or just
Of
flying by?
the craft? Yeah, this is behind the craft. This is that white thing that you saw that goes really fast. Not the one that bounces around, because that's the one that looked kind of like a little, I call them little minions or something. They look kind of like a minion, flying around. And then now, and that's the one thing I do have. I do
Now,
have a
where
lot of
was the C-130 going? Do you know where that might have
C-130
been?
was heading back to Little Rock Air Force Base.
Okay. All
They
right.
were making
So,
the rounds.
yeah.
So we
They
were about
they
50
definitely
miles
would
out.
not be dropping countermeasures of any type
No,
during that time.
no, no, no. They were just there to that's basically a learning school, I think is what it
Okay.
was. Yeah. And yeah, and probably for you too, if you were to see, five of those coming at you at night, it would look kind of freaky if UFOs, but after a while it would look like, wow, that's majestic to me, Yeah.
Yeah.
Um yes,
Yeah, Den Bub agrees. He
it
says,
did look like
one
a
of those
minion.
zoomed in did look like a minion. Yeah, that they are really
Yeah.
strange.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then Smoochy says, "Follow the bouncing ball."
And that's what it felt like.
That's
Right.
what it felt like. Yeah.
Mhm.
Or going
Yeah.
to the eye doctor, getting an eye exam, and you have to go up into the machine, and they're like,
Right.
Oh
"Tell
God.
us where you see the white light," or they're testing
Press
your.
the button.
Yeah, press
Press
the
the button
button.
when you see the light.
Yeah.
Well, and the crazy thing is, like, this is like one of the first times that SM players acted up on me, and I do apologize because I use it religiously for capturing, zooming in, all that. I don't know why, but I'm a kind of a computer geek. Do not like your daughter. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you, I've got a stepdaughter too who's graduating too, who
Oh yeah.
at high school too. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. She's
Congrats
also
to
in
her.
our, so that's pretty cool. Um,
Yeah.
but SM player, that's one thing I like about it is that you can zoom in and you can do screen prints and all of that. So But yeah, so that video is available on YouTube if you want to download that as well. But I highly recommend SM Player. I am in Mineral Bluff, Georgia, actually.
Okay,
Um,
yeah. So people listening, Den Bub asked where is Les based out of, and now he's
yeah,
in Georgia.
yes, I am in. Now, to give you an idea, we are 1,900 feet up. So keep this in mind too, because when the paranormal stuff comes in, this will really help. We're about 1,900 feet up, and Atlanta is actually down like this. It's kind of like down in the Delta, I guess, or whatever they call it, right? But we're up in the mountains, and we have like a lot of trees and pines and all of this up here, and you can't even. They don't even have. Uh, Paved roads like coming up the mountain where we live. Now going down into Blue Ridge, they do, yes. But otherwise it's all like this and all like that, and it's all over the
Yeah,
place.
I was stationed at Columbus, Georgia, at Fort Benning,
Okay.
and I'm very familiar with Sand Hill and
Hmm.
the hills and swamps of Georgia.
There you
So
go. Yeah. So,
when I was
so
in
we're,
infantry school.
and then so Blue Ridge and Mineral Bluff is about 5 to 10 miles from North Carolina and 5 to 10 miles from Tennessee. So we are known as the tri-state. So
Gotcha.
literally standing on the mountain where I'm at, you can see 3 states at one time, really. Very, very easy.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so that kind of gives you an idea of where we're at. And we've been told that we have one of the better views in the United States because it's nice and dark up here. And yeah. And I saw a really nice triangle up here that I got a really nice photo of too. If y'all
All
would
right,
like to
do
see that,
you wanna bring that up now?
definitely, yeah.
All
So
right,
I'll
let's
bring,
talk triangles because that's what got my wife
yeah.
and I into this.
Yes,
And
yeah. So as soon as I heard triangles, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So we're just going to stick with the pictures because in fact the triangle was the very first time I got the SM22, and I'm not selling any phones. I'm paying for them actually. So let's see. It is this one. Okay, triangle object. Okay, so I didn't realize that the camera works very well at night. I mean, I knew that, but the video, but it didn't work well. It didn't play well with the other software. So what I had to do is I had to split it all up into one frame at a time. So if that makes sense,
yeah,
it,
not a
it
problem.
makes it a lot easier. And then what they do is it's just like one JPEG at a time or whatever. So that's what we're going to be looking at here in just a moment. So, all right, and there we go. Best files.
Yeah, and then I think we'll finish off with this, and we'll take a
Okay.
quick 5-minute break for everybody to go grab some drinks, go to the bathroom, go have a
Sounds
smoke,
good.
whatever
Yeah.
you need to do, and then
All
we'll
right.
jump back into this.
Yes. Yeah. That sounds great for me. And I definitely think that you're really
More
going to
coffee.
enjoy the paranormal as well. Yeah, as well too. So, all right, and here we go. New phone triangle. There we go.
As Michelle drinks out of her Rick and Morty coffee cup.
Yeah. All right. All right. Now I'm gonna share the screen, and at first it's gonna be just black, but you're gonna actually see the other the UFO coming at me at the same time, or the triangle. So
Okay.
let me share the screen here with you so you can see it.
Now, where did this take place at? Was this in Arkansas?
Above my house, right here. Yeah,
Oh,
right here in
okay.
Mineral Bluff. And I've been told too that we do have a portal in this area, and I've actually seen some portal type activity to where stuff just disappears. Okay, so now I'm sharing the screen here with you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically do the same thing, and I'm just going to forward this up a little bit, and you can actually see. There you go. You see that little dot occasionally. Okay.
Ah, yep.
Do you see it? Okay. And then it's going to start to get bigger. And as it does, then as I get closer to it, let me go back. That's the one.
Whoa.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. See, that's the fun
Ooh.
part. That's the fun part right there. Yeah. And I got to tell you this, it was foggy that night. Now, here's the other fun part is that, okay, there's that. Let me go back. Okay, and that's the good part about this is I can do that, and then okay, and then see then the light kind of changes to that color. then
Interesting.
It's
it
like an
does that
amber
again.
color.
Okay. And you can actually sort of see it moving. If you
Yeah,
look sort of in this way, you can see it sort of moving. And in fact, you can almost see it. Look at those 3 dots there.
it's
Right.
hard for me to see because my screen. I've
Oh,
got 2 large screens here,
okay.
but they're
Let
so
me zoom in.
bright. They're like irradiating me and trying to find this. Oh, I
Do you
see
see
them.
do you see those
I
now?
see them. Yep.
Woo, wow. See, I love going through my stuff because when I do, I discover new stuff. Okay,
That's
now we're gonna
interesting.
yeah, so we're gonna see if it will stay focused. It may no, okay, so it's just moving. Yeah, so this is IR fan view. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me do this.
Denbub says that looks really good zoomed in. Yeah.
It really does, right? So now it makes it easier to rewatch it again because you can see how
Whoa.
it kind of yeah, you can almost see it go through. I'm moving it back and forth by the way, but right there, right? And then it's like boom, boom, and you can see it almost cut through and then let me see. Okay. Oh, and it sure did move kind of quick, didn't it? It moved up like that. There we go.
What in the world?
Right. Right. Yeah. So I'm just letting it kind of play right now. And that's
Now these are all still shots you're clicking through, right?
yes, they are. Yes. Any of those shots I can go back. So if if you want me to go right there, I can do that. Yeah.
All right.
And
So
that's
here's my observations. I want
and
to
I'm gonna
just put this out
close
there
it out.
what I'm seeing. So
Yes.
Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong because I can't tell the color of those lights. What would you say the color on those are?
Well, no, it started out as like a bright white light, but then it went into an amber tone.
Yeah.
So
Now
in the one shot,
We
my
can go back and
experience. Yeah.
I mean okay, yeah, let me go
Yeah.
back
Put
and
those back
let
up
me
real quick.
yeah, let me
My
pull this back up.
experience with aircraft
Mhm.
are that if, the landing lights on an aircraft are extremely bright. I mean, they're crazy bright. If
Mhm.
if you are in front of the aircraft as it's making its approach,
Right.
and if it was to turn or whatever, or it went over you, the light diminishes because it's focused forward to illuminate the landing area.
Rick, I
Right.
didn't see blinking lights on the corners, just those solid 3 white
And
lights.
there you go. There is
Right. And
no red or green navigation lights or strobe lights, and those are required by aircraft at night to have
exactly.
on.
Right, right. And so and also too,
Right
okay,
there.
so there's that one.
Can you
Mhm.
zoom in on that?
I sure can, yeah. And also remember, think about where I'm standing, okay?
Right.
And where Atlanta Air okay, so if it was coming from Atlanta, Atlanta is 100 miles away.
No, it
So
would it would if it was an airplane heading toward Atlanta, it would not have its landing lights on.
mm,
It's too far away.
right.
Well, and not in
These
that position either.
right,
No.
they would be stretched out. They wouldn't be all in a diamond shape or even like a triangle shape.
No,
I mean,
because
really.
see on big jumbo jets, the landing lights, there's one on the nose, so
Mhm.
there will be one in the front, but the landing lights are usually on these jumbo jets, 737s and stuff like that, will be in the wing next to the fuselage. So they're very close, not out
Mhm.
on the tips of the wings. It don't work that way.
And what's
They
up
got to
with
be
that?
close.
What's up with
See,
that
right
orange right
there.
there? What's up with that? See,
I
it
wonder if
see?
that's a light in the center of it because you only see the lights
Oh,
Look at
in
you
the
see that?
corners, and if
Mhm.
that's the center light that people have talked about, but on that
Oh,
particular craft,
like
it happens to be in that
guy's
amber
triangle.
color. Well, here's the thing, I can see this and as much as I'm like squinting to look at it, when
well,
you
it's
see that
usually
amber light, you can see the shadow of the rest of the triangle around it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I did when it was
Well,
up
go
near the
back a little
cursor.
well, look at that.
further.
Well, look at that. Look at that. That's kind of okay. So that's
See?
one frame. Okay, if you look way up here at the top, I know you can't see it, but it says we'll just say frame 360.bmp. This is frame 361. Boom, just like that. And then 362 gone. So and then gone.
Can you go back again
Yes, I sure
to
can.
when we
So,
first see that red light? Not that one. Keep going. Keep going.
oh, you mean before
When
that
it's
even?
outside of the cloud or whatever that is.
Oh yeah. Kind of
Oh,
like
there
yeah,
we
I
go.
see. Oh, you mean
So Michelle's talking about that red light in the middle there, right?
mhm.
The amber color.
It's an amber color, but when it goes to just the center light, you can still see the outline of
Yes.
the triangle. It's just that center light seems to be a different hue of light. And other people in
Mhm.
chat are saying the same thing, that they can see
Okay.
Yep. A
the
hint of a
triangle around
triangle.
it. So that must be the center light
Yeah.
Yep. And then it turns off and then it goes to the
to
three.
the other three
Look at
lights.
that
Right.
too. I mean that was see now I remember I moved I moved my hands to go because this is one of the uh few UFOs that I've actually took by myself, like holding it like by hand.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so there it is again. Then it shuts off. Actually, wait. I think I just saw something over here. I might have to blow it up. Maybe not. Whoa. Yeah, see,
Oh, right
there's that.
there. There it
Yeah.
is. There it is.
You can
See?
see the rest of the craft around it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Zoom in, Les. Zoom
Yeah,
in. Let's
Yeah, let's take a look.
look at this thing because
Okay, let me pull that up. Okay.
uh-huh. Yep, you can see it.
yeah.
You can
Wow.
see it. Oh my
Wow.
God.
Wow, yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Now, and then the
Yep.
thing is too, like, okay, so let's say that say you love this picture, you want to keep this picture, that's great. You want to do stuff with it. Hey, by all means, that's the good part about sorry about popping in your ear there. That's the good thing about the science
Just
is
so
there's
you
so
know, Les,
yeah.
I know you're talking. I hate to interrupt you. I'm a horrible host, I'm sure, but chat right now is going nuts with this.
Okay.
They saw that center light right there, and
Mm-hmm.
you can see the edges of that craft, and it looks like the corner lights are about to turn on. That I can see the faint.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You see it? That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like
Smoochie's like, dude, right
when the
there.
center light goes off, the other three magically come back on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see.
People not listening to this, or
Well,
people listening to this, get to our YouTube channel and watch this later so you guys
Yeah.
can see this.
Yeah.
and here's
Yeah.
the thing that may explain like what we saw too. We didn't see a center light
Nope.
because it more than likely wasn't on.
Right.
So if that's the same type of craft.
Yeah. Yeah. And so let's convert that to grayscale. There's that. No, edit it. That doesn't really help. We do
Nah, the
image.
color scale's better.
Yeah.
I can see the edges of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
See?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's really weird. Okay, edit undo.
But to
And this
my eyes, it looks like there's something there around the light.
Hey,
okay.
Lunar, you're gonna have
So
to check this out when you can on YouTube.
yeah.
Lunar
Okay.
Circles is here.
Yep.
So okay. Boom. Now I can always, you know what?
What is
Here's the thing. I can always upload all these pictures and drop the link, and y'all can have them all. I don't care. I mean, it's mess around with them on your own. All you photogs.
yeah.
Let's see. You see, I almost see movement
What?
right here. Right. Boom.
Yep.
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 Well, see, I think we found it. That's 360 and 361 booth, and then like that, and you can right up here. You can almost see something. Oh, that's kind of whoa. Let me zoom in on that. That's just
Yeah, what is that?
okay. Let's zoom in. I don't know. Yeah. So this right here is. I'm going to tell you. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know because
Is that a cloud formation though? Like a light
uh,
cloud?
I don't know if it's maybe if it's also maybe Zoom
Okay.
artifact. We're
Yeah.
let's just call it Zoom artifacts because the other stuff it doesn't really matter at this point,
Right.
right? I mean,
No, it doesn't. There's obviously an object there that first appears with
but
that amber light in the
yeah,
center.
yeah, and so yeah, but see, here's the thing. Now, granted, was an S22 phone, right? Not everybody has those too, but if you do, hey, get out there and use the heck out of them. Use them for what use them for what you're paying for them for. Okay, gee, if not, give me another one. I could spend all night
Sure.
out there, you know. But that's what it's all about. So now let me see. Okay. Now, if you want
Right
to see
there.
the yeah. Oh, now I'm gonna go back. Okay, so okay, that's 400. Okay, there's 403, 404, 4. I see something moving right here too, like that. Oh, wait a
I
minute.
wonder if there's
Something
another one with no
moved.
lights on.
I'm here. Yeah,
Right there. What is that?
yes,
Oh, it
Now
turns
it's on
off.
again. Yeah.
look at that. It kind of turns. Wait, okay. Let me go zoom in on that. Okay, see, there's still a little something
Yep.
there.
Yep,
Okay, right?
absolutely.
Now, I think that there is a way where it will remember your settings. I don't remember what it is. I don't remember how to remember what your settings are. But then the
Now,
next one,
did you only get this on video, or did you see it with the naked eye too?
no, I saw it with the naked eye too. That's what I was like, holy crap, because it was coming my way. I was like, okay, that's out of the. We're just gonna say that's out of the flight path of a lot of those planes.
Would you say
And
it was
that
fast moving or slow less?
it okay, so I would say it was slow moving.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, here is the thing. Okay. You can also go to YouTube and watch this video. Like the actual it's like right now I'm holding it down regular speed. It's about that speed. It's like kind of like wah, and say, oh no 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 no. Watch this. Watch that. Look at that.
Whoa.
That's some Star Wars looking stuff,
Yeah.
right? See, that ain't the same right there. No,
Wow.
that's some Star Wars looking stuff
Yeah,
right
people
there.
get
Yeah,
on YouTube and watch this video, then go over to Les's channel,
yeah,
Objects and Orbs, and check out this video or
yeah.
these pictures.
Thank you. Yeah, and then that's kind of it. Well, no, yeah, then it kind of starts over again. See, and that's right there. That's sort of how it was originally. So let me zoom in on that. That's kind of the. So
I
if you
love
think about
that shot right there. I love that.
yeah, so if you think about um where I'm at, I'm 1900 feet up. And if it's another 500 feet up, that would be weird, even if it was coming from North Carolina. Now, I will tell you this. I'm going to close this out. I will tell you this that there is supposedly a secret base in Tennessee. That would be very easy because it'd be a hop, skip, and a jump, as we say down here, to go over there. I've had people say that there could be a base around here, definitely a portal. Yeah, and so I am going to
Wow.
make sure I am going to make sure my SM player is working. So if you guys ever want to see any more stuff, but I still have more UFO stuff like that too. And but I guarantee if you like the UFO stuff, hey, the paranormal stuff, you're going to enjoy that just as well. Now
Oh, and
you can
that's
tell I
coming up
do
after the
radio.
commercial break.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. So we overshot that 1 hour mark, but we're at an
That's
hour
okay.
and 10 minutes. You know
I
what?
hate when that happens. I would get in trouble if I missed the news.
Dude, this is
I would.
well,
They'd be like,
we got
"Dang, you
some good
be in
stuff
there."
here. We got some good stuff here. So
Yes, we do. Hey,
man,
we'll go all night. I don't care. I'm good to go. It's Saturday night. We're here to party. That's what we
well,
do
I'm
here in
on like
Georgia.
my first cup of coffee and a 20 ouncer of Diet Mountain Dew. So I got
All right.
formaldehyde and caffeine flowing
All
through
Hey.
me.
right.
So
All right. Sounds good.
all right,
And y'all are
everybody.
green in Michigan. No,
All right. So what we're going to do, everybody, is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that 5-minute break. We're going to hear a word from our local Coney sponsor, and we got Contact in the Desert coming up, and then about 3 minutes after that. So Les, hang tight. I'm going to move you to the back.
All right.
All right. And Michelle, I knew this was going to be a good one.
Cool shit.
This is it's cool shit, man. For sure. All right. So we're going to be right back. We still have some questions for Les. We're going to see some paranormal stuff, and we're going to play with that some of that equipment he's got in the background there and see what kind of comes up, man, cuz I don't know, I'm kind of creeped out by that creeped out by EVPs. So
I know someone who's not falling asleep tonight.
All right, everybody. We will see you in 5.
Traveling near New Boston, Michigan? Hungry? Well then, you need to check out New Boston Coney and Grill tucked away at 37005 Huron River Drive. With daily specials, homemade soups and desserts, and a staff that makes you feel like family, you will not be disappointed. Give them a try for dine-in or carry-out at 734-606-5313. You can find their page, including their menu, on Facebook. Bon appetit!
The 9th Annual Contact in the Desert Conference happens the weekend of June 2nd at the beautiful Renaissance Resort near Palm Springs, California. Join me, George Norrie, to discover what's next from speakers such as Graham Hancock, Richard Dolan, Nick Pope, Stephen Bassett, and over 50 other top researchers. Come make contact with new friends and discover the latest fascinating information from the fields of UFO studies, artificial intelligence, psychic phenomenon, and more. Reserve your seat now at contactinthedesert.com.
3 minutes left, everybody. Just 3 minutes. Two minutes left, everybody. Get ready. 2 minutes. right, everybody, we're back. We're back. All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us through that quick break. Had to go get some drinks and run around and go to the bathroom and all that good stuff. So welcome back, everybody. Couple quick announcements. So we've got a huge show coming up for you guys next weekend. Yes, next weekend, as you hear the disembodied voice of the wife over there making her coffee. But on Saturday, May 13th, we have the Cousins brothers coming on to talk about all kinds of stuff, UFO, you name it. We're going to talk about it. So again, that will be May 13th at 8 p.m. And you may know the Cousins brothers because of their very famous YouTube channel, Third Phase of Moon. Or if you don't know them by that, I don't know, what do you want to say, by that name or that project? They also made the documentaries Countdown to Disclosure, Above Top Secret, and their most recent release, UFO Endgame to Disclosure. So we're going to ask them about all of those documentaries that they have. And hey, what do they know about these damn triangles that we're seeing, especially here in Michigan? This is really, man, this is great. And Michelle, I know I'm going to bring you back on here. Boom, there you are.
I am.
That was a great picture and some evidence from Les, man, when it came to that triangle. That was that missing center light, and then those three lights in the corners is exactly what we saw. And
ours was super
but very,
close,
very close. Yeah, about 150 feet up.
Creepy
and
close.
Yeah, basically almost got underneath it. That was crazy. But what else do we got to announce? No show on the 20th.
I think earlier I said next weekend, but next weekend's the 13th. See, I'm just ready for the end of the school year, so all the dates are getting mixed up.
We're getting beat into the ground by these little lovelies that are counting down the days as well to summer break. And trust me, the teachers are going to be running them over as we run out the doors past them.
Den Bob said, if there's green skin alien girls on board, please abduct me, ladies.
Well, you know. Oh, that's another thing. We've gotten some new pieces of artwork that you can see in the background here. And if you're listening, I hate to tell you this, but you're going to miss out on it. But let me see here. I'm trying to find a good. There we go. So our good friend Hellfire Studios created some new artwork for us. So in the background there, that's one of the pieces of artwork that he has done that I absolutely love it. It's awesome. And he sent some other things too that you'll see showing up in intro videos and in the background. So be on the lookout for that. But okay, everybody. Are we ready to bring Les back on?
I'm ready for paranormal and ghosts.
All right. Michelle's ready for paranormal and ghosts. I'm going to hide under my desk because I've seen the shadow people and have had the weird things before I even knew what any of this stuff was. In man, creepy stories. All right. So I'm being yelled at by the chat room. More or less. All right. So Les, I know you're back there. I hope you're ready for this. So, Les.
Okay, all right. Welcome. Okay, now, Michelle, I got a question for you. Michelle?
Yes.
Michelle, okay. Blue or red?
Blue.
Oh, blue. Oh, good choice. Do you think that'll work? Or is that a little too dark?
No, that works.
You think that works?
I think that works.
Okay, all right. Okay, or did you want to check out red?
We can see red, but
we're pretty cool with blue.
Color.
Keep
the red.
You like the red? Okay. Wayne's
red.
like the red, I think. Right? Okay. Wayne's turning red.
Yeah.
He's just got a good tan.
Okay. Yeah. It's from these screens.
Okay. So Now here's what I'm going to have you do. Because a lot of people think that these apps are loaded and they're and all of that. So I'm going to let you know that a lot of them are, a lot of them are, and they charge you for dictionaries and all that crap. You're going to hear stuff on here on these apps or tonight that they're like, how in the world did that make the dictionary? You see what I'm saying? Be like that? No. All right. So I'm using an app called Spirit Talker. You can get it on the App Store. You can get it on Google Play. It's just a couple bucks. I'm not selling it or anything like that. But it's the only app that I trust. Okay, and I'll give you the reasons why here in just a minute. So we're going to be using Spirit Talker. Now I've got a bunch of old phones, right? So how many people out there have old phones that you're not using? Android phones, maybe, that you can still get online with. You don't have to have service. You just have to be able to use your Wi-Fi on it. Get Spirit Talker. I also have another really good one over here called Spirit Music Box. This one right here is going to get you. That one right there is it's just a couple bucks as well. But the reason why I say it's going to get you is because it is motion sensor and light sensor. And so when it goes off by itself and on command, then you would think, okay. So then I also have a REM pod. Yay. Nice REM pod. Quite expensive REM pods. They are. Now I'm going to turn this on. And the other night I was messing around with it, and I did have a little bit of activity. I don't know. Okay. So this is proximity. Okay. So we're going to do that, but let's make it really sensitive. That'll work. Set that right over there.
Okay, so just real quick, everybody, what we're going to get into now is some live EVP work to see what kind of comes up and what we can hear.
Yes.
And in the background, I see you obviously set down the REM pod, but what else is back there? We got other phones you have?
Do you see the REM pod going off? Going great now.
Let's see.
Yeah, it was kind of doing. Can you make that? Can you play with that candle again? Sometimes they call them candles.
If there's somebody in there with Les right now and you can hear me, move toward that candle looking thing. Move closer to it.
Can you touch it for me? Okay. So we're going to leave that at that. Okay. So yeah, so these are all just old phones. Sorry to interrupt, but I was like, hey, that thing's going off.
No, that's okay. I see Michelle's smiling. She's
watching it
she's
now.
ready, man.
It's like
she's
if any
ready.
other lights.
Oh.
We'll see. Okay. Now the Spirit Music Box, that's the one that really kind of goes off. Okay. Now, so I have all that going on. All right. So I have that. Now, I also have hold on just a sec. I gotta let me get my thinking straight here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the Spirit Talkers, and you're going to hear some different words possibly. Okay. You're going to hear okay. You're going to hear stuff like settlement, because we're 1,900 feet up. And also we had a stone circle about a mile from here. So Native Americans, and this is where the Trail of Tears started. So you may even hear the word chief appear on the Spirit Talkers. Okay. You're also going to hear stuff like there's a battle here. So basically it was just a skirmish. Hold on, sorry. We just got a new dog.
All right. Is the dog picking something up?
Yeah, maybe. It'd be kind of weird. Yeah, he's that brings me to something because we had some stuff going on downstairs too. This is a cabin up here. All right, hold on. Can you bring up something real quick? I gotta go talk to her real quick.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Well,
I
leave
know
it.
my eyes keep going to
I
that
know.
rod. It's like, okay, looking for other lights around the red, looking for other lights around the red.
So something obviously going on there that has got the dog all upset. But hey, everybody, just real quick, if you're just now joining us, we have on Les Durrant from Georgia, and he's a UFO and paranormal researcher. And we're about to do some live EVPs. But if you want to find Les's YouTube channel, just search up Objects and Orbs. And you can also email him at objectsandorbs@gmail.com. So really cool stuff. And even though I got him backstage, I'm sitting here glued to the little candle as I'm looking down here into our control center, looking to see
My
if
eyes are
the
going
REM
going to the
pod.
left. I'm like,
Yeah.
is there another light going on?
Yes. And also don't forget, if you like the show or you know somebody that might like the show or you have a Facebook group or whatever, hey, like and share this show. And all those shares and subs and everything we get just help us get more and more people on. And that's another thing I want to talk about. At the end of the month, we've got on Stephen Bassett for part 2 of discussing UFOs and disclosure. He actually contacted us and wanted to come back on again to talk about some new developments right before that. I guess there's going to be some stuff released here right before Contact in the Desert. So that's very, very exciting. So, all right, I see Les is back. We're going to go ahead and bring him back up here.
Yeah,
All right.
we got us a Siberian Husky lab mix from the Humane Society, and he's a cool dog. He's just kind of still learning, he's new. He's a baby. He's a year old. So everything's fine. You might hear a little barking. Okay, now, but I am going to tell you this is that you may hear stuff like settlement. You may hear stuff like we died here. There was a battle here. You may hear caves because we had copper mining up here.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am going to tell you these. Now these are the ones I want you to give me a bingo on. Okay, if you hear my wife's grandmother, okay, Florence. I have a picture of her. I mean, I can bring her in here. Florence. Okay, now there was actually a video on YouTube of Florence, her name coming through. She came through again on another podcast I did. And then, so if Florence comes through here tonight, then that's why you'll know. Jeff is, I think he's a younger guy. We did an obituary on him and found out he's local. And then we think that he helps some of the spirits in this area. So you may hear Jeff or Jeffrey. You may also hear Gary or Edith. Gary is one of the very first spirits that we ever really got to meet. We were asked him one time what his last name was, and he said it. We looked him up, and he died in this hometown of my hometown, Mineral Bluff, Georgia, which is like literally maybe a few hundred people. And so, does he live here? Does he haunt this place? No. Does he like to ring our chimes? Yeah, he rings our chimes a lot.
Real quick, everybody, I'm going to share this for you, Les. This is the channel on YouTube of Objects and Orbs, and this is some of the things you can find. And look right here. Look at this one. There's the triangle video.
That's it. Yeah, you want to see the whole thing and how fast it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So all that there, and then the Florence that her grandmother, that one right, coming up too. Yeah, all that. Yeah, I appreciate it. Oh yeah, there's the one. I was going to play that video of the tri-field being turned off by an orb. Yes. Yeah, that right there.
Hey, let's take a quick look.
Yeah, go for it. See what you think. Okay, there's one orb going up. Oh.
Yep.
So then I ask people, I say, is that a coincidence? Possibly. Yeah, it could be. Now, tri-field meters are not cheap. they're also about $200. They're not ghost hunting equipment, but people use them for ghost hunting equipment. So with that, I also, if you see the one with my hand, you'll see also down there that I get objects to follow my hand, or orbs to follow my hand.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave that for the audience to
That'd be great.
go to your page. And yes, I am. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Got to turn on that notification bell. But a lot of good information here for you guys. So get over there and like
Thank you.
sub for his channel for sure. Now you also do a podcast, correct?
No, actually, I guessed on a lot of podcasts.
Okay.
But I've been asked to do a podcast, and yes, we were kind of talking about it. And I was maybe going to do one at a pizza parlor. So I may still do that, which would be kind of cool, and do basically the same thing that y'all are doing. So that would be great. And do some cross promotion.
Yeah, well, one of the things that if we are around when you do that, I would like to host you and then have you use StreamYard, and we'll share, or I'll invite me on your show, and then I'll use StreamYard to share to our people as well. StreamYard allows you to do that now. So
I have StreamYard as well. I like it. Yeah. So it's cool. Yeah, you're talking about one of those bills that came out. Yeah, my Spotify came out this week. It's okay. It's all right. We're good. So, let's get this on. Okay, now so now you have a premise, and you also have a little file, a little notebook, right? So you got the notebook saying, okay, I think the tri-field meter was turned off by orbs. And then the spirit talkers, we may possibly hear some stuff. You saw the REM pod possibly going off. A REM pod doesn't come cheap, so it's not just something that everybody just has, and it's not something that generally acts up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these on. I'm not going to turn on the spirit music box yet. Okay, I'm going to turn these on. We may get some activity as I'm turning them on. So here we go. Hold on just a sec.
All right, and those of you listening through the audio podcast, where these things happen, I should be able to boost the audio in Audacity. So hopefully, if things start coming through, you'll be able to hear it, especially if you're wearing earbuds or headphones.
Yeah, and in case my dog's barking, then I'll repeat what it says, and I can even show you.
Okay. So
there's that. All right. Now I'm using a program called Spirit Talker. And I love Spirit Talker. I will tell you, one of my phones has already drained. How nice? That's me. How nice is that, right? Okay, I'm gonna set this back over here for a minute, and if it goes off, then we'll know that's not me. Okay, start. All right, start and start. Okay, and that one started. Okay, great. All right, and then the main thing about this is you want to be respectful. Oh, murder.
What was that? Murder?
Who was murdered? You were murdered? Okay. So here's how you do this. You always want to be respectful, okay? Always be respectful. Why are you sad? Okay, always be kind of respectful. Thank them for using your equipment. You can see. Oh, you were talking. Oh, see, that just said I was talking. Okay, thank you. All right, cool. You can continue talking. I apologize for interrupting. And this one down here said music. Okay, now I'm going to turn on the spirit music box. The spirit music box is activated by light or movement. All right.
Yes, I'm here.
You are here? Okay, good. Thank you. Is there anybody here? Anybody here who can play that music? Hear that music box? Anybody here who can play the? Thank you. So one is yes. 2 is okay. So like ding is yes, and the other one is okay, and then the other one is they're messing around with you. Or sometimes you'll think that you hear you're welcome. Does that make sense? Okay. Stuff like
Yeah.
okay. I'm fine. You're fine too. Thank you. Now remember, these are different ones. These aren't all the same. Oh, Victor. Hello, Victor. Oh, Victor. That's my wife's grandfather's name. Ding. Thank you.
Who was sad? Who said they were sad?
Who's sad? You are? Thank you. Can you make me okay? War. Oh, war. Okay. I am gonna I am gonna work on this to where I don't have to have my back turned to you all the time. Can you thank you. Okay, and then see how it's quiet.
Who was saying they were murdered? Can somebody tell
Oh,
us what happened?
that just said killer. Oh, the good thing. Let me show you these. Oh, I know it's not just you here. Oh, so the good thing about this is, you can access the folder that has every single text. Then, if you're geeky, can you turn that off for me now? Thank you. You were 80. You were 80, and then it said 1980s, I think. Thank you. Jeff, is that you? Oh, that's see what I mean? Like they're kind of playing. Do
And
I
you
have to
said
turn it off?
you said the app is Spirit Talkers, correct?
Yes. Sometimes you have to like, okay, kids, it's all fun.
Right.
Um,
Well,
but
I'm really interested in the person or the voice that said murder, because one of the people in our chat
oh,
said
Rosemary,
that
that was funny.
video I played
Mm-hmm.
looked like a pregnant woman and was maybe murdered and lost,
Ooh,
had her head removed or something. That
ooh,
first video of the apparition appearing. So
yes.
I was just wondering if whoever's watching knew.
Does anybody here know who that video is?
The video that I played,
That just said Denise.
Denise.
Yeah, are you didn't almost? That one just said almost. Many. Who else is here with me now? I forgot to ask your names. Affair. So sometimes they will work you into a discussion. So if they bring up affair or they bring up war, they bring up whatever. Oh, hello, Natalie.
Family?
Natalie.
Oh,
Natalie.
Natalie.
Yeah, hi, Natalie. Um, so that's another. How many people here? What's your names? Ding. Okay, good, Natalie. All right. And and I do hear you. Ancient spirit. Okay, now shall we turn the music box back on? Oh,
Did they
10.
just say yes?
This one just said 10. And that one said lungs, lungs. Remember lungs because of the copper mine, lungs. So right now we're batting pretty well. I
Yeah.
mean, we're batting pretty dang well. Stream, of course, there's a stream around here. Duh. This is the rainbow trout fishing capital of the world.
Yes,
Okay.
Den Bub. I agree.
Yes. So we are going to. Can you turn that off for me again? I don't know. Okay, they're playing with it now. Okay, that's really nice. You don't
Is
have to leave.
is somebody there playing with the new dog in the house?
Oh, maybe. Is somebody messing with the dog? Hey, we got another name, Everett. And see, like that one over there hasn't been going off. That one right there hasn't been going off. That one has. That one.
It just went off.
Ta-da! Okay. Um, and then this one got drained. This was 100% before we went on the air. Yes, this is an app. Oh, someone's coming. Okay, another good video. If you go to my objects and orbs and you look up someone's coming, that's my wife. She's coming home. So if you listen, okay, so she's a caregiver down the mountain, and so we drive down the mountain just a little bit. So she's just a caregiver down there. So she's coming up the mountain, and it said someone's. You can get energy from these phones. Okay, good. So you'll hear her coming up the mountain, and you'll see all my equipment go off. Oh, you're having fun? Oh, good. I just said I'm having
Les, and you got to get some little microphones and a mixing board and get some microphones by those phones, man.
I was thinking about that. I actually do have, believe it or not, I do have a mixing board. Oh, Jeffrey! Bam! Right here.
Ding.
Jeffrey. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. That's a home run. Bam. All right, love it. Yeah. So, if you just talk to them like people, they will talk back to you like people. And they just hang out. Now, are they always here? Jeffrey could be here, and Gary, but the other people I don't think are. We do have another guy who drops in, Frank, and I say Frank but that's the way it sounds on here. And I think one time it said lungs. Oh, Carol. Okay, see, you're listening to everything. Okay, Carol, Carole. Um, see you. Okay. Now collapse like a mine or a lung or both.
Yeah. Yeah. And now it looks like your internet is starting to act funny.
I bet. That's weird. Okay. Yeah. So let's see.
There it goes.
Tripping me out. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna let me kind of go back and tell some people about this. So you got to remember that this equipment is new. So people, the spirits will think that it is satanic, witchcraft, devil worship, something like that. But you tell them you're right next to me. Okay, well that's fine. So if you get something that says devil or satanic, don't worry about it. No, because tell them that this equipment has been invented so we can talk to you just recently. This year is 2023, and we're here just to be able to talk to you. And this equipment has been invented so we can talk to you. And then and that's really the way to. Okay, well, we can see you too. Well, maybe. Yeah, she said I can see you, and now the voice that's loaded in these it is all the same voice. Now I do actually have one of these spirit boxes. Now I don't use it a whole lot because it's sometimes kind of hard to understand. Now what it's going to do? It's going to go through all these frequencies, okay, and then slow, just like that. Okay. Okay. Now these are going to go through. Hold on just a sec. Let me speed that up a little bit. All right. Okay. So you can there we go. Just like that. And it's going to go through all the frequencies. Okay. Now I like this one. It's the 150 millisecond. Is there anybody here who would like to say hello? You can talk into this box. What's your name? Jeff, are you here, Jeff? I heard something. Did y'all hear something?
Yes. Oh, the REM pod's going off.
Yeah. Can you turn off that green light for me? It said Jeff. Holy crap!
Is there somebody standing right there?
Jeff, are you here with me? Something. Well, thank you. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Let's say get out. No, I'm not going to get out. I live here.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, if it does that, yeah. Once again, I live here. I'm not going to run. I live here. Can I play music? Of course I can play music. I'm a DJ. Why are you sad?
You're talking to people in Michigan right now.
Well, that was intense. Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna turn it off then. Oh, I know why. Because I turned off the spirit music.
The music. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, hey, they're just people like us. You know. What do you think? What do you think, Michelle? Are you you cool? You cool?
I love listening for EVPs.
Huh?
So this fascinates me, listening for EVPs and listening for voices.
Yeah, it's that simple. I mean, really, it's that easy. You can go with a voice that's already in there, or you. And if somebody, here's the thing, the reason why I like having a whole bunch of people on my team, the Objects and Orbs team, and y'all are part of that, is that y'all can go ahead and rest. I don't care. Is that you might hear something that I missed. Because I'm ADHD really bad, as you can tell. So somebody said, that was Jeff. I was like, that would be awesome. You know, because if I go back and watch this and that's Jeff, bam, that's a double home run. We can leave the park now. I mean, it's bye, it's, yeah. So, but don't let it freak you out, because they're here. Now I'm going to ask you a question here. Really, really. Let me turn this off here really quick. Don't tell anything. I did have, the other
well, they're
night,
very active today.
Right. And then when we started off, it was kind of like, kind of quiet, but pilot. Hello, pilot. Okay. All right. So let me turn this off.
Diane says that she keeps seeing something in the up in the left corner. And then somebody said, no, that's Wayne.
No, I see what she's talking about. It like pixelates in the upper left-hand corner of your video.
Yeah. It happened the other night too.
Yeah.
Well, and the REM pod was going off from over in that area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be interesting to rewatch this. Okay, so I got a question for you. I got a question. Since now you think about you think about the orbs. Oh, it said run again. I'm not gonna run. This is where I live. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off because I don't want this to be distracting. Hold on just a sec.
Okay, not a problem.
All right, here, let's do that. Okay, there's that. And okay. So are they always here? No, they're probably not always here. Where would you want to be? So that brings me up to my question, and this goes into philosophy, I guess, a little bit. What would be your perfect heaven? Wayne, I guess I'll ask you, what would be your perfect heaven?
Logan's Steakhouse.
All right. That's okay. That's all right.
I want an eternity of ribeye steaks.
All right, man. Yeah, and like around here, shoot, we would die for one. We would die for one here in Blue Ridge, yeah, because like, no. Okay, all right, Michelle, what would be your perfect heaven?
God, mine would be kind of like the little cabin facing something similar to Lake Tahoe with the mountains.
Awesome. All right. Okay. Now, is your heaven my heaven? Yeah. yeah, because I wouldn't mind going to Lake Tahoe. Shoot, right on. Now, because a lot of people say, "Oh, I want to be with my family and all that." Like, well, that's really nice, but I wouldn't want to be with your family, right? So now, does that? Am I still Christian? Of course, I'm still Christian. I mean, yeah. Now, has there been a resurrection? Not yet. Not that I don't think so. But you know what my perfect heaven would be? I'd like to be able to go to Lake Tahoe and hang out, or I'd like to be able to go back to Guam with my wife,
Go wherever
and
you want.
Yeah.
get on the planes for free, go to the beach for free. That would be an ultimate heaven because I would still be able to see my relatives if I wanted. They don't want to hang around me, but I could go visit them, right? So now, does that change things? Now, yay or nay, really, but because people will say, "Oh, well, orbs are dust." Okay, well, yeah, maybe so, but they are also energy. They turned off my tri-field meter. Are they intelligent? Well, yeah, I think so. I've got videos of them coming to me, but beyond any of that, we saw what happened tonight, and I just thought I saw a little pixelization back over there again. Um, Beyond all of that, it doesn't really matter because what we saw tonight. Now, how do UFOs tie into paranormal? Oh, well, that's a whole nother thing too, right? Not necessarily. If you start putting stuff together, you go into quantum physics and start doing some stuff. There's stuff that we just can't explain, really, and then stuff we're never going to be able to comprehend. I think that's where God lives, or your higher creator that you believe in. But there's also multiple dimensions, and that part I think we know of because have we all had deja vu, right? It's like, hey, I might have been here before. Yeah, you probably were before, but last time you wore a different shirt, you know? That's really it, probably, right? So, so that's the thing. But you could have been here a million times. Who knows? But that's the fun part about all this is that we get to discover this, and and this is a science you can do in your bedroom. This is bedroom science right here. You can do this and just have fun with it, and do whatever you want with it. Believe in however you want. Don't be afraid by it. Don't if the shadow figures are bothering you, say, look, I'm busy right now. I'm doing a podcast. Let me get my podcast done. Y'all can drive by, y'all can fly by, do whatever you want, but I'm busy right now. Or I'm working, I'm doing the dishes. Like, leave me alone. Then that way you set your goal. It's just like with the dog, right? We set our limit with the dog. We said, hey, I'm doing a podcast right now. Shut up, right? Same thing, same thing, really. But that's what I think. Really is the best way to do it because they're people like us. I mean, that's what they are. They're just dead people. They just look different, you know. What they do is what they do. Go ahead.
Les, in all of your investigations, which one creeped you out probably the most, though?
Okay, probably.
Oh, good question.
Yeah, no, that's great. The one that knocked out my tri-field meter. Why? Because I was told ahead of time that there could be somebody in this back room. This was at a lady's house in Arkansas. She said there could be some people back there. It was my grandmother's room. If my grandmother's back there, that's fine. If not, there could be two guys back there. Either one, they should not be back there. I was like, all right, good to know. I got some weird vibes going through there. I did take a full spectrum video camera, came up with some crazy, weird looking stuff. And that's a whole nother thing. But I went in there hot with my tri-field meter and all of that, and boom, they shut it off. And then that's when you say, I command you in the name of Jesus Christ to leave. Get out. This is not your place. You don't belong here. Boom. Many times they leave. Now, granted, if and I felt the room lighten up that way. There's going to be times where you're going to hear these say that I'm stuck here, or you're going to feel that they're stuck here. To get them unstuck, what I do is I just say, hey, I'm a white light. And I say the Lord's Prayer and say, go towards the light. I can't guarantee you what's going to go on from there, but I can open the door, and that's something that we do. We just open the door. And I did that I did that at one of those scary cemeteries where, they hang witches at and all that. I did that one night. She cursed some kids here in Blue Ridge in this area to be stillborn, and they were. There's a bunch of them. Yeah, yeah. If you look up Tilly Ben, Tilley, Tilly Ben Cemetery, it goes together with the Chastain House. But she had cursed the town to have stillborn
Wow.
because of these different things that went on. But anyway, so there's all these kids, right? They're stillborn. They don't know, but they have all these people coming to visit them because it's a haunted cemetery. I don't just go out to a cemetery for fun. I'll go out there if it's a known cemetery paranormal. I'll go out there just to kind of see, but I'm going to be respectful. So here's what I did. I went up there and I said, if there is a spirit who wants to help guide these children to the light, because who knows if that ever happened or not, then please take them to the light. So I said the Lord's Prayer, and it was midnight, and I'm at the top of one of the most haunted cemeteries around. It's midnight, quiet as can be. If you've ever been in the mountains, you would think that you're going to hear rustling, not at least here where I'm at. So once again, it lifted, and I could have stayed there. Shoot, it wouldn't have bothered me. I could have stayed there. I could have spent the night there. It wouldn't have bothered me because it felt more peaceful now. Now, am I going to go? I'm not going to go further beyond that. I don't do demonology and all that. I don't do any of that Catholic. No, I don't deal with that. If that's what I think it is, then I'm out of there. That's not something I want to do. But you got to also go in, as you guys know, you got to go in with a good mind and an open mind too, because if you're messing around and calling them out, they'll call you out. And that's something that you don't want to do. You just want to go in there and say, hey, we're just here. If you want to talk to us, fine. So, I mean, I kind of rambled on that, but that's, kind of my thing. That's my objects and orbs mentality is just treat the entities. And I mean entities too, because of whatever entities I'm seeing in the sky, I want to treat them with respect as well. I'm not going to say, oh, come down here or else, or, I'm not going to tell people, oh, you're from China. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say that I recorded you coming down, and this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing some stuff. And, if you look at one of my last videos on YouTube, you'll see, there was something that kind of a black and silver object that just kind of came down, and, but now you're looking at all the other stuff that's going on here and you think, man, this guy's just got a crazy mountain going on here. Well, no, not really. It's just that I'm just getting my equipment out and I'm recording it. That's all I'm doing. If you did the same thing, I guarantee you would do the same thing, right? Thanks.
Absolutely.
And Bub and Diane. Yeah. The more of us that just do this, and I'm starting to actually see more people posting their security cam videos and all that. That's great. Just the fact that you're recording is great. Okay. It's whatever people want to see or say, whatever it is, whether it's dust, dirt, whatever, I don't care, whatever it is. You're still viewing something that you would be doing this. Otherwise you're like, oh, UFOs are real. Of course they're real. Next on the news is the sports. Yeah. See, so when people say, and I'm going to throw this out there as far as like, people saying whether they're real or not, blah, blah, blah. I could stand on this mountain. I could shout it. UFOs are real, like it's going out of style, and ghosts are too. Let's go have a beer. All right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so
yeah,
we older folk are getting to that age now to where the younger folk don't care. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's a bad saying. Maybe that's bad. I shouldn't have said that. But a lot of times, if you mention UFOs, they're already incensed to it. So it's like, woo. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay. So here's what I want them to do. I want the kids like your daughter too, who can get all that data together and find out data that shouldn't be there. You can, you can take any of my videos. That's fine. You can download all of them and determine what shouldn't be in those videos, right? There's ways to do that. I don't know, but just my idea of thinking, well, maybe somebody could figure out if there's something in there that shouldn't be in there. So that, and then just the fact that that we're videotaping more. I want people who have a fast eye, who can see these objects, because like it took me a while to go through that Cersei video, right? To kind of find it. I've gone through that video about 50 times, but I keep finding things. It's just because I'm looking for it. Or otherwise that would have been half an hour out of my day. I would have, can you imagine? All that stuff would be just half an hour out of somebody's day where they just went down to a place and got a, whatever.
Well, there's a couple things. Number one, I'm glad you're talking like this because it gives everybody an idea where you're coming from in your philosophy, which I think is really great in how you're handling this. And number two, it makes me think people that are doing all these videos and TikToks and stuff, are you looking really close at those videos?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe, I'm always saying at the end of our podcast, keep your eyes to the sky. But how many people are really looking and paying attention? And that's one thing that I do like, is that there are more people paying attention now as this gets more mainstream and out there.
Yes.
And you're always going to have people like myself. I'm going to admit it, because I am a science teacher and I am a scientist. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Right. So I'm gonna want to see that evidence. And I like your evidence.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
That's great evidence.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
But there's some people out there that will be just straight up hard-headed. And I know there's people out there that like Mick West. There's people that hate him. I'm in the middle. But when it comes to like debunking UFOs and things like that, he is purposely manipulating things to get the same effect of the UFO, without using the same equipment that like the fighter jets have used, or, all of that stuff. So it's good to be skeptical, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you don't want to be closed-minded either.
Right. And that's one thing that I get a lot of, and I've been through that tons. In fact, I'm getting something right now. Object and Orbs video compression exists throughout, and you cannot get rid of it. Sure. Tell that to NASA. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Tell that to NASA.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Yeah. And tell that, give me a break to that, that video that I recorded with my SM-22, right? See, they can make calls to China. Do you see what I'm saying right there? No.
Yeah.
You're a little too close-minded there. But I don't want to come off that way either. But if you want to sit down and talk for 2 or 3 hours or have a nice little afternoon, I'd be more than happy to show you all my videos, and I'll make sure everything's good to go. Because that's something I want to do. I want to have a point counterpoint. I'd love to have that. That would be great. Because I want to, I want to be able to see that. Does the stuff that I have, the stuff that I have, any better than anybody else? No. It's just a matter of that the stuff that I have seems to fit what I'm looking for, I guess. I don't know if that's whatever, but yeah. But I've had a great time. And if you want to do this whenever, I do pop up.
Absolutely.
I do pop up investigations at any time. It doesn't matter. I'm waiting for it to get just a hair warmer out here. And then I think we're going to have one on the deck and see what happens. Do a live one here. And and maybe do it when the family's coming over for graduation. That would be great.
There you go. Grandma's here, great grandma's here, great grandma's here.
Okay, I got to ask you a quick question. How many of them are into what we're into?
The kids, you mean?
No, your family that are coming to town.
Oh, probably more on my side.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. So that
I think my wife and I have been accused by a certain family member, or members, I should say, of what drugs are you guys on? And
but
I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
That's okay.
One of my brothers and one of my sister-in-laws have told stories to me. So,
Yeah,
It's
I
really
have
funny how people open up, once they know that you're
oh,
looking into this and the stories you
yes.
get. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had a cousin. Nah, but guess what? Now every single place. Now he's like, I saw something. I saw something. All right, good. Now I'm just waiting for one of my close family members too,
Yeah.
who lives in another state, and that's all right. She just needs to kind of have her own experience. Now my mom, shoot, yeah, my mom lives about 5 miles from here, and she has Bigfoot, uh, big prints in her backyard. As you know, there's a Bigfoot museum here too, in just outside of Blue Ridge. And but yeah, so she gets stuff, and she tells me she hears stuff out there and smells Bigfoot. And me and my dad smelled the Bigfoot one time, and then yeah, we smelled that Bigfoot. Never mind. Um, then let's see. Oh yeah, but we get some kind of weird cryptid stuff around here too, definitely. But when you talk to people around here about Bigfoot and UFOs and ghosts, they don't mess around. They just don't
Yeah.
mess around. Yeah, that's just the way
Well,
it
one of
goes.
our listeners and watchers, Diane Boss, that's in chat right now, she lives out in Washington State,
Hmm.
and she tells us about a lot of the things that are going on out in her area, in her neck of the woods, literally, with Bigfoot and all kinds of other things that are going on. And man, just great stories and information of things that you wouldn't. Well, being stuck in a big city, you're not gonna see probably that much with light pollution. Forks, Washington. Yeah, Forks, Washington.
Okay.
But anyways, well, you know what, Les? Before you go and we wrap this up, um, once again, can you tell people who are listening where they can find you, how they can
Yes.
email you and get in touch? And we will definitely get you back on here.
Okay.
Probably we're booked up pretty much into June now, but we'll get you back
Okay.
here sometime before June ends,
That'd be
and
great.
we'll do this again and see what new videos you have. But again,
Yeah.
tell people where they can find you and get a hold of you.
Sure. Yeah. So now I still recommend SM Player as the video player to do all of your videos with. You can do the videos for uh, orbs, and you can do videos for UFOs as well. I did get this out. So here, this is basically just an old a door hinge, right? And then I put some Velcro on it, and then then what you do is you put your phone on here like that, okay? And then what you do is you just open your phone and you turn on your camera in here. I use a program called Manual Camera, and so Manual Camera is another camera that I use, and this is free as well. So then what you do is you just set this out on a post somewhere, and you aim it up to the sky, and you let it record for about 45 minutes. Good thing about these old phones too is they take SD cards. Okay, so there's that. Then what you do is you plug it into your computer with a USB cord, and then you'll be able to see the video where it's at. If you need help setting any of this stuff up, objectsandorbs@gmail.com is the best way to reach me, and I can give you all the steps. And then after you do that, then you look through SM Player and you just kind of go through and see what you can find. If you need any of the special settings, I can help you with that. And then with these apps over here, Spirit Talker and Spirit Music Box, and then so you can go to my YouTube channel, Objects and Orbs YouTube channel, and then also go to my group chat or my group page on Facebook, which is Objects and Orbs. You will find an Object and Orbs just single page, but it's not being used. So yeah, and
Okay.
then yeah, scared. I know. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. All right.
And
Yes.
by
Yeah.
the
Good
way,
seeing you too.
everybody, I will put links in our show description tonight, to all of Les's locations that he's just mentioned. So
Yeah.
Yep. So you can go
Yeah.
check out the videos yourself.
yeah,
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and if you ever do get down this way, I highly and so I know um I know who the owner is of the Chastain House, but I know of the caretaker who lived there for 13 years. So Chastain House, Blue Ridge, Georgia, is a good paranormal spot. We get people from Atlanta that come up here to go there. So if you want to come down here, you want to come to Chastain House, get a hold of me. I'll get a hold of the owner and get a hold, and you'll get pretty much your own private little investigation. A lot of good stuff happened
Oh,
there.
very
And then,
nice.
yeah, and then Tilly Bend Cemetery. That's where I was talking about. Tilly Bend. They are associated. So if you look up the witches of Tilly Bend, boom, you'll be like, all right, I'm going to Blue Ridge. That's the way that goes. Yeah. And so there's a lot of good
Awesome.
paranormal stuff down here. Now, yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited now. I will kind of throw out where I would like to go. I would definitely love to go to a place. I used to live in Utah, but now that I know about Skinwalker Ranch, I'd love to be able to go down to Fort Duchesne, down that area, just outside of Skinwalker Ranch. It'd be nice
Yes.
to go down there, but I'll hang out around the outside. A town by the name of Dugway, Utah. Of course, I know that's Area 52.
Yep.
That's right next to where my kids were born, or where my dad was born, in Tooele, Utah, about 20 miles away. I actually went to Dugway when I was a kid. I got bit by a dog or something like that, and I had to go down there. But that, and then anywhere in the world that has magnetic interference, that's where I'd like to go to. Just kind of get weirded out and that kind of stuff, just to kind of find out about that. So I always carry a compass with me too on my phone and different stuff like that. And Flight 24, that's a very good app to have when you're UFOing.
Oh, yeah.
But anybody who wants to get set up with any of this stuff, the weather too. If it's a clear sky here, I'm definitely recording all day with all of my gadgets and seeing what comes out. But yeah, thanks for having me on, and I think
Absolutely.
you did pretty good tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I think so. And man, it's been great having you on. We're definitely going to have you on again and soon. I think it would be awesome. So, all right, Les and everybody in chat room, say bye to Les.
All right. See y'all later, Diane.
Takes a little minute.
Smoochie.
I know people really enjoyed you on the show. So, Les, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, thank you too. All right, y'all have a good one, and maybe we'll come up there and see, or y'all come down here again.
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
All right,
Thanks,
have
Les.
a good night.
All right, bye.
Okay, everybody. Well, man, what a wait a minute. We gotta do this.
I have a friend, and I've got family in Georgia.
Yep. And North Carolina right over there too. Yep. So, all right. I hear the music in the background, Michelle. We're at 2 hours and almost 15 minutes. 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Good night, everyone.
Yep. And before we sign off, remember, next week, the Cousins brothers. Okay? You got a third phase of Moon. Come and check out that show. We're going to be asking some questions about their documentaries and what they think the future is going to hold. So, ufology and all that good stuff. So make sure you join us for that. And then the 27th, and both of these are at 8 p.m., by the way, Eastern Time. We're going to have Stephen Bassett back on to really tell us about some new stuff that's going to happen right before Contact in the Desert. So that was really kind of awesome to have Stephen reach out again so soon. And he's a bigwig in all of this stuff. We're just little people in all of this stuff. All right, everybody. Michelle, what do we got to do?
Have a great night, everyone, and keep your eyes.
Oh, dude, this guy, you stole my line. That's okay. All right, everybody, have a great night. We'll see you soon. It's all quiet. And